This week on the Roach Koach podcast, we have a very special report because you and I went to see KORN.
Roach Coach
podcast.
This trip to KORN was also supposed to be one Jennifer Socha's, the Indigo Angels, birthday gift. And unfortunately, she got pretty sick on the day of the concert and was not able to go. We wish her well. She is on the mend.
speedy recovery.
Speedy recovery as always. Then, thankfully, we put out the call, and the one and only Garrett Fuller of Wayne County Life said, "Boys, I'll take that tick.
I'll
Let's
roll
go.
with you.
I'll roll with you."
I'm your Huckleberry.
Absolutely. So Garrett rolled on over to Casa de Naz. We all hopped in my Honda. We shot
I
on
offered
down.
food. Food declined, but I offered food
You did offer food, Matt, and I wanted to say
multiple times. I
you
was
did offer
very
food.
much-
You did offer food, and I was looking at it, and I was like, "This does look delicious."
I appreciate that.
I would say that if I was not going to that concert, if I was just staying in your home, I would have definitely considered
Guaranteed.
it.
Yeah.
But I know my stomach with Mexican food going to a venue
True.
where toilet access,
Questionable.
not so much it's questionable. I mean, you can get to a toilet, just it's whether or not you can use it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I will say Pine Knob, they're doing the work over there. Okay?
Oh yeah.
They're doing the work. They're doing
We'll
what they
tell
can.
bathroom stories later.
Later, we certainly will. But I said I just knew that I wasn't going to dive into the Mexican food, but I want to let everybody know Matt Nazem was making some incredibly delicious looking tacos.
Thank-
And I think one day soon I will have to have some, Matt.
There.
But yeah, we all rolled in and we drove on down to beautiful Pine Knob. And I want everybody to know that when you get three dads in a Honda driving down to a KORN show,
Three dads in a Honda.
all right, I'm going to tell you that for one, we're all going to talk about being dads for half the
We
time.
had some pretty good dad talk.
We had some incredible dad talk, really good dad talk. I can say that we all said some really funny things about our children that we will not repeat on the pod. And then, because once again, three dads, late 30s, early to mid 40s. What are we going to talk about next? That's right. Late 90s, 2000s rap. That's right.
That's right.
That's right. We listened to some DMX.
Sure
we listened
did.
to some clips. We
Sure
listened
did.
to some Rick Ross. Garrett did an incredible Rick Ross impression. He did it a million times and it was never not funny. It was fantastic. And then after an hour and change, we were finally able to enter the venue, park our car.
This is when I learned that Lauren, not a late merger, an early merger,
Mhm.
could have easily sped by 700 cars cut in. Not Lauren. Lauren's like, we're a mile and a half away from the venue. Time to get in that right lane.
You know, Matt, what it is that I have a deep-seated fear of everyone being rude and not letting me in. And then I'm sort of just in this limbo. But I know if I get in that line, a line that is definitely moving, albeit slowly, we will eventually get through. Now, because we were in this line so long, because I am an early merger, valid take, Matt, we did not see Spirit Box, which
No.
means that we now have to eat our words because longtime listeners know that when Jenny, Mitch, and I went to go see Disturbed, we showed up late and we missed seeing Ginger. And we attributed that to Jenny's refusal to support women in rock. Now the fact that we missed Spirit Box doing the exact same thing, we unfortunately are also not supporting women in rock. And I apologize. I
Wait,
apologize. on
Spirit
behalf-
Box? I don't know any Spirit Box.
All right. Yeah, Spirit Box has a female lead singer. Yes.
Okay, we did it again. This time, unbeknownst to me.
Unbeknownst, yeah, Matt, I'm sorry, but by missing Spirit Box open for KORN, we are not supporting women in rock, and that
That
is unfortunate.
sucks. I'm so pissed off.
We
right
got to
now.
step it up. We got to step it up. 2025, we're gonna step it up. All right, I'm gonna merge all the way down. and we're going to be there. All right. We're going to be there when, I don't know, Evanescence goes on or something like that. That'll be our luck. It'll be Evanescence we make it on time for. So we get in the venue. We notice right away that it seemed quieter than Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, not as raucous.
Not as raucous, but the place was packed. People were clearly already doing drugs in the parking lot. They were so excited. So there were a lot of people laying around by the barriers. Security was
Yeah.
there to check on them, but there were a lot of people laying around, not looking great. To which I want to
Some
say,
people pre-gamed a little too hard.
listen, guys, you gotta pace it. All right, you've got to pace it. Korn did not go on until 9 o'clock. All
Yeah.
right, pace yourself.
6:30 doors, they were blown out.
Yeah, it was wild. So we get through, we get some drinks, we go and scope out the merch. I'm not gonna lie.
Weak.
We all
Weak.
said that what we want. Listen, the lines for merch at every single merch area,
Crazy.
insane, super long. Okay, people were there for the merch. I would just say that speaking for myself, Matt, and Garrett, we all were like, this isn't us.
Nope.
Either we're having font issues, or, as we said, a shirt that says Korn in the Korn font and nothing else. Can it be done? Can it be done?
That's all I want.
And they're just like, listen, here's the Korn font. Hey, thank you. We're putting the issues doll underneath it. Here's the Korn font. Thank you. On the back, it says still a freak.
Right.
Or here's a Korn shirt and it's got the tour dates on the back. Okay, but the fonts, we tried to 3D it. We tried to do a 3D thing. And
Yeah. Here's the Korn font. Korn and Korn font. Okay, cool. But it also looks like MS Paint 3D.
yeah,
What? No.
weird choice.
No.
There's a really cool purple one, but unfortunately it was only available on a hoodie that was, I believe, $85.
Probably the coolest piece of merch. There was two that were pretty sweet.
Yeah.
There was an all black hoodie that had Korn appliques or patches almost, raised stitching for lack of a better word. And it was Korn, the Korn in the Korn font all over it. So it was small and it kind of had like Korn all over it for a cool $150.
There was, yeah.
Holy no.
Yeah, get ready to spend, baby. But yeah, the lines were so long for all the merch. So we were in the minority of not being into the merch situation. But if Korn ever decides to make a shirt that just says Korn on it, I mean, you don't know my luck though, Matt. You know what they'll do?
What's that?
It'll be on a white shirt.
Right.
I hate white shirts, black shirts. So after scoping that out, we then decided to go and get ourselves some food, specifically team fries.
That's correct.
So I went up to get the team fries, and I want to let everybody know that the staff at Pine Knob is ready to rock, okay? But not only that, there's so many of them, and they're all over, that they can get so much done that they can also take care of themselves while taking care of you. What do you mean by that, Lauren? Well, the man who sold me my team fries and my burger was eating the biggest apple I've ever seen, and he never let go of it through the entire transaction. He was like, "What do you need, man?" Crunch. Unbelievable. Amazing. And I can't stress, it was such a huge apple, guys. That apple was like a meal in and of itself. Incredible. And also through this, very helpful. Let me know where the condiments were. Very kind. I got a survey in my email from 313 Production asking me how my interaction with the staff was at Pine Knob. A plus. Great work. They did it. Now, Matt, we took a very fun, some might say one of the best photos ever taken of you and I presenting the team fries and posting it up on our social media. I
Very
felt
true.
that this picture was great. I thought we both looked really cool in it. And
Super
I
cool.
thought it was super fun. And I thought it would go up without any issue. Wrong.
Wrong. That's when you make a mistake on social media.
Matt, there is pushback. People saying that it looked like there were 10 or less fries in the team fries basket. Guys, I want to let you know, okay? At the angle plus the way that the paper that was in the basket did obscure some of the fries. I want to assure you, okay? This was full of fries, okay? We took this picture before taking a bite of one fry, okay? This was full of fries. And it was eaten by all three of us, and it took us a minute.
It did.
It did. And at a certain point, Matt, you and Garrett were like all set. So then I had to make my way through the rest of it, which took a minute because I also was eating a burger. So I just want to set this aside. All
To the
right.
naysayers.
To the naysayers who said that it didn't look like we actually had actual team fries. It looked like there were only 10 fries. I'm telling you, it was a full basket of fries. Can't believe I'm having to say this, but it's true. It's true.
What kind of team, Lauren, would that support? A team of 3 guys, I
Two or three
guess.
dudes. What more do you need? My God.
A 3-dude team. Curlers, I guess.
I truly thought there would be no pushback to that photo, but boy, was that rough.
The most controversial thing we've ever done. Not putting in the first corn record.
No.
Team fries not looking team enough.
Yeah, well, I'm counting 10. Send it to forensics. It's uprooting my thing at team fries.
Perhaps we oversold the team aspect of team fries.
Perhaps.
And it might just be a basket of fries.
It might just be, but you know what? Print the legend, and I want to let everybody know there was a lot of fries.
And they were delicious. They were seasoned with rosemary and salt. Just fantastic.
Absolutely perfect. So at this point, then we decide we're gonna scope real quick to see what's going on. We've missed Spirit Box. Gojira is performing.
That's correct.
Gojira have a light show. They have video, colors. Every song gets a different color. So then the place is bathed in red or in green. And the drummer is on a riser. And I can say I don't know any Gojira songs.
Yeah, 100%. I can attest.
And we posted up, and I was ready to give this my all. And this did not stick with me
Nope.
at all. Did not stick.
It stuck with me so little that even after the show, I was like, didn't even think couldn't tell you anything about the Gojira set other than they had fire at some point.
They had fire, they had pyro. It was loud as fuck, but
And I will say, some people were very into it.
oh yeah, definitely.
I think the majority of people were very into it. I was very much like, when's this over?
Yeah, I just wasn't. It just didn't seem to really be hitting. But I will say though that it didn't seem like it was hitting because I want to stress once again, this place was packed out. Okay, packed out. All right, if it wasn't sold out, it was as close as you can get. All right, and I haven't seen it as packed out as this since we saw Disturbed with Breaking Benjamin. Now, I'm going to tell you, Breaking Benjamin had that audience salivating, like screams and everything like that. The vibe I got from Gojira was that people were interested because of the Olympics. There were a lot of people that came for that, but it was, I think, on a level just a little too proggy, maybe. And
Yeah,
also,
my issue was that like Korn to me is very much because they are new metal. It's very much like 3 to 5 minute songs that may follow a pop structure.
mhm,
And Gojira hit me very much in the, oh, we're going to take you on a journey.
mhm.
Perhaps you haven't read the 7 Crucibles of the Unknown, but here's chapter 1, Relish the Light. It's like, all right, chapter 2, and it's 15 minutes later, and it's still the same song. And it's just, I don't know if this is what I want right now. Chapter 3, The Heretic and the Frink.
I
Who's the
think
Frink?
I think the other thing that really took me out was that when they would cut to the band members performing, they seem to just be wearing street clothes, which was strange, and they all seem to be sort of just clocked in for work. Like, they're like, "Yeah, I'm the drummer, I'm the guitarist, I'm the bassist, this is what I do." But there wasn't, like, a level of, like, showmanship necessarily that I was expecting
Chapter 6 yesterday is tomorrow's regrets.
because I've seen Mastodon, and Mastodon definitely can go into a proggier way, and they definitely can have an elaborate light show, but those guys still put on a fucking show, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? They're doing the moves, and I didn't really get that from Gojira. Also, at one point in one of their videos, it showed a bunch of animations of a bunch of astronauts that I think were supposed to be them, and it looks like they crash landed on a planet, and they like, where are we, what's happened, everything's overgrown, and then they like go over this hill, and then they see like a destroyed Eiffel Tower, and they're like, no. And I was just like, I love to see, because obviously if they're a French band, but if we were an American band following the same thing, they would have come across like the Statue of Liberty or something. It was just very
Mhm.
fun to see like that level of like nationalism in their apocalyptic viewpoint.
Well,
Oh
it was probably
no,
from their album From Mars to Sirius,
are you what? Oh god. All right.
where it
Any
begins with Ocean Planet. You see, I wasn't fucking wrong. I was just kind of giving them way too much medieval
right.
themes. But
Yeah.
no, I forgot that they had given us astronauts.
Yeah.
And Ocean Planet, Backbone, From the Sky, Unicorn, where dragons dwell, the heaviest matter of the universe, flying whales, in the wilderness, world to come, from Mars to Sirius, global warming. That's a cool 1 hour and 6 minutes. It
Yeah.
just was, it really pointed out the difference between, I would say, modern metal and still new metal. New metal is fucking pop songs with metal,
Mhm.
and this stuff is not for me.
So Gojira finishes. We're posted up. We find the exact spot that we always stand in at every one of these shows, just available, ready to go at the back of the lawn. Big curtains up. We hear the opening. I don't want to say riff, but chugging distortion of Here to Stay. And then we hear Jonathan Davis say, "Let's go." And everyone screams. The curtain drops. They roll on in to Here to Stay. And immediately, Jonathan Davis sounds incredible.
Top form,
Yeah.
great, clear as a bell.
Sounded so good. My first thought was, this guy taking care of them pipes.
Yeah,
This guy's doing the work. And you could tell he was singing live because it wasn't perfect, but it was real and it was clear. Man, he sounded good. He sounded good the whole show. I'm going to get that out right away. He
yep.
was wearing a head to toe red Adidas tracksuit, Korn Adidas tracksuit. Of course, the bitch was there. You don't even have to ask.
Don't even have to ask. Center
It was there.
stage.
It was there. And I'm just going to say it. Korn, showman. They knew people took time out of their lives to buy these tickets,
Hmm.
to merge early and sit in traffic for an hour to get in to see the show. They are going to put on a show. So they are going to be swinging dreads. They're going to be spinning around. They're going to be doing dances. Ray's going to be doing drum tricks and flipping his drumsticks into the air and doing bits. Entertainers. I was entertained the entire time. They were great, Matt. They were great.
Second time I've seen them, definitely better than the first. I would say better than the first time I saw them. And they were really the reason for the tour, celebrating 30 years of being a band. They played the hits. Like, they were just like, "Oh, y'all forgot we sang this song? No, you didn't. Here we go." It was like, this set list is super tight. They are top form. It's great. It was great. And seeing them, I go to Garrett, like, when they hit the stage, and it's just like, they're fucking professionals.
Mhm,
And both of us are just like, 30 years. Do you know how hard that is?
mhm.
And still come out, and it's not like a novelty act. It's they still crush live.
Yeah, and Jonathan Davis did a little speech before they did basically 4 in a row from the self-titled, and I'm sure he's doing the speech every night. I went and checked the set list. They're doing the same set list in every city. There's no variation. Same set list, which I get it. Elaborate light show. It's a whole deal. But he gave a speech, short speech, basically, saying we're celebrating 30 years and how much he feels.
Celebrate something really special. We're here to celebrate 30 motherfucking years of KORN. What a fucking ride it has been. We're a band that came from nowhere. We had nothing. And with the help of you beautiful fucking people out there, resonating what I was speaking about, what this band is about, I will tell you tonight, motherfuckers, you will all live in my heart till the day I fucking die.
And it felt incredibly genuine. I'm sure he does the same one every night, but it felt incredibly genuine. The audience, you could feel, was very into it. And yeah, it was just delivering. It was just delivering. I'll run you through here. So yeah, Here to Stay to open.
Awesome.
Dead Bodies Everywhere.
Great.
Got the Life. Big pop.
Yep.
Big pop for Got the Life. Then Adidas, even bigger pop. Then they do Hey Daddy. Now, this was the one, Matt, where you had misread or quickly skimmed the set list and you thought they were going to do Daddy on this.
And I was like, you do not have to do Daddy.
Thankfully, they did not do Daddy. They did Hey Daddy, which was much more was the right move. It was the right move. They then followed that with Good God. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Then they played Start the Healing from Requiem. And I could tell that the audience was a little bit like, oh, we don't know this one as well. But once again, still sold it. Then perfect setup. He plays the new song, comes out of it, says the very heartfelt thing about 30 years of KORN.
Well, and the whole time, though, Ray's playing the fucking ride cymbal.
He's playing it, and everyone's getting amped. So they do Blind 8 songs in. Place goes nuts. It's great. Incredible feeling. Followed it up with Ball Tongue, Clown, Chutes and Ladders. When Jonathan Davis walks out with the bagpipes, I did jump on both of you and say, bagpipes!
You did. That was 100% what happened.
I was very excited to see the bagpipes. Great moment. And yeah, and once again, I realized I haven't heard Chutes and Ladders in a while, and let me tell you, it sounded great. It sounded great. The gentleman who is currently playing bass for KORN, I know he's from Suicidal Tendencies. I don't have his name in front of me, but he was doing the work. He was jumping. He was spinning. He was doing backup vocals. He was doing it all. Loved it. Loved the showmanship.
Rod Diaz.
Thank you. Head monkey in classic form. Older gentlemen, but they're still doing the damn thing. Those dreads were flying. Were they doing that move where they were playing the guitar and rolling their eyes in the back of their head? Yes, they were. Yes, they were, baby. Yes, we got the whole KORN experience. And I want to stress, we are in the back. All right? We are in the back, and it doesn't matter. They're hitting us in the back, baby. Honestly, Matt, I didn't say this to you, but watching this set, I was like, maybe, because this, I believe, I don't have an exact number, but I believe this is either the 7th or 8th time I've seen KORN.
Oh,
but I'm like, maybe the next time these boys come through, I splurge to get a little bit closer. Treat myself.
It might be time.
Get a little bit closer while they can still do these moves. So then, shockingly, after they do that run, a bunch of people leave.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's this? It wasn't even 10 o'clock, everybody. I was like, what are you doing? It's a Friday night. KORN is here. Where are you going? What's happening?
Are you going?
Garrett says the classic line, why would you leave? They haven't played Freak on a Leash yet.
Right.
You're at a KORN show. You're leaving before Freak on a Leash? That's your life. What are you doing?
Must be nice. Where do you have to be, King
Where
of
do you
England?
Exactly. It's Friday. Listen, man, I gotta work. Gotta be working 11, but I'm still going to Korn. Unbelievable. Could not believe it. Was furious at those people because also, what did they do right after Shoots and Ladders, Matt? You pumped your fist in the air in excitement.
That's right, because after Shoots and Ladders, they played Twist.
Twist, super exciting. Super exciting. It is so funny the journey of Twist, where now like Twist is like, God, I hope they do Twist. I can't believe it's so exciting. So Twist is played, followed by Make Me Bad, Insane, and then they close out their initial set with Y'all Want a Single, where they have the audience all put their middle fingers in the air.
Classic. Put those middle fingers in the air.
And the thing that was amazing, Matt, is that when I realized it was Y'all Want a Single, I was like, I don't love Y'all Want a Single. Not the one I would pick from that album. Did My Time would be another one I'd rather they do. But I got to tell you, Y'all Want a Single on the album, it's like a 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10 song. Y'all Want a Single live Friday night, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. It was nuts. It was nuts how good it was. It was, I got to say that having the whole audience yell, fuck that.
Well, by the time this happened, because people left, we moved up, and it was the first time that like unobstructed view of the stage for all of us. Like we could see everybody. We had the monitors still, but we could see everybody. So we were kind of part of the crowd at that point, because where we usually stand is right under the deck. So we took a couple steps over, and being there was this family that was in front of us, and their daughter, who I want to say was probably 13, 14, she was living for this. Like this was her moment. She was working through some stuff during this show, because she's on a hill and she's jumping and be like, fuck that. Very exciting.
Very exciting. So that happens. And then they say, thank you so much, Trey. You've been amazing. And they leave the stage. And people start leaving again.
Which is, have you been to a show? Do you know how these things work?
They're not done. The house lights are not up yet. They, to once again quote the wise Garrett Fuller, they have not played Freak on a Leash yet. Where are you going? What are you doing? Insane.
People are funny.
They really are. So then Korn has this screen that's not so much behind them as sort of above them on the stage.
Completely illegible to anybody who's on top of a hill looking into the amphitheater.
Yeah, you can't see it. And it had a, hey, get louder, like prompts on it, but truly could not be seen by half the audience clearly. And it was one of those ones you could just feel like, how's this thing look? It looks sick as fuck if you're in row 4. But yeah, if you're in like the middle back of the lawn, you're like, what's that say? What's that? Oh, get louder. What? Yeah.
That's not good enough. I don't know what it's saying.
Yeah. Needless to say, it didn't quite work, and they just came back out.
Right.
They were just like, all right, I guess no one can read it. We're coming back out. They come back out. They proceed to do Falling Away From Me. Those opening tones
I was
hit.
So excited.
Matt, that was, I watched you truly become a super Korn fan on Friday, because you became very, very excited at that drop. And we're all feeling great. Then the true surprise of the set. They follow this up with Oildale, Leave Me Alone from Korn 3.
I was shocked.
Stunned. Couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, Korn 3 getting some play. See you on the other side? Dismissed. Untitled, not even talked about. Korn 3.
Korn 3.
It's in there. All right. So they come out of that, and then Garrett's prophecy came true.
You'll never believe this, guys.
Freak on a Leash.
Didn't think they were going to play it, then boom, third encore.
They played it. Sounded great. Everything that you wanted. The scat drop hit. Everybody was hyped. Feeling super great. And then Jonathan Davis said, thank you so much for coming. And then he said, I hope you have a safe night.
He really did.
He really did. And it was great. I felt warm and fuzzy, like I felt cared for. And truly incredible. And then to top it all off, we then leave the venue and come across more people who are really on drugs.
Yeah.
All right. But that at that point, I'm like, it makes sense. Freak
Right.
Unleashed has been played. Now is the time that you're going to be like dealing with that. Okay. We get to the car and we are out of the lot in what, Matt? A minute?
5
Minute and a
minutes.
half?
5 minutes we're on the expressway.
Amazing. Couldn't believe it. Props to Pine Knob parking staff,
They
man.
seem to have figured it out.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. We were home by what, 11?
Easy.
Yeah. Incredible night. Incredible night.
I think another reason why I haven't enjoyed it is the last time I saw them was pre-pandemic. So probably by 2 years. So it would have been like 2018 that I saw them.
I think that sounds right.
6 years later, I've really come to enjoy Korn
Mm-hmm.
in a way that I didn't 6 years ago. And although their first album's still not in the new metal canon,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I knew well I was a 95% of the set list. When they played me Leave Me Alone, I was like, this one? I was like, because it's not my favorite. They played Clown, which was wild. I was like,
Mhm.
okay. When they did Ball Tongue, I was like, Ball Tongue's pretty great. When they played Chutes and Ladders and they ended it with a riff of Metallica's One, I was like, that's a pretty good way to land Chutes and Ladders. I was like, because Chutes and Ladders just kind of clunks out. And I'm like, with the one ending, they got the diddle, and that's how they ended it. I was like, good way to go.
Yeah. Matt, I'm looking back to see which show you might have gone to the last time to see Korn.
It was a
Pre-pandemic.
4-piece. So it was Skillet. It was Stone
Matt,
Sour.
Okay. If it was Stone Sour, then
and
it
Yellow
was the
Wolf.
2017, July 30th, 2017. Because they did A Different World with Corey Taylor, and that's where we also got to experience
Pork Pie Hat.
Corey Taylor.
Yes.
And honestly, the big difference in this set list is there's just a bunch of Serenity of Suffering songs, like 4 Serenity of Suffering songs. They also do, let's see. They did My Time and Y'all Want a Single. Blind is in the encore. They do close the Freaking Unleashed once again. But no Adidas. Yeah, no Ball Tongue, obviously. No Shoots and Ladders is in there. Okay.
Yeah, because when he comes out with the bagpipes, that's when he does Shoots and Ladders.
So really, Ball Tongue.
And what a pop for bagpipes.
Oh, bagpipes always gets a pop. Always gets a pop. So, in conclusion, if you haven't seen Korn yet live, do it. It's great. Super fun. They know how to put on a show. They're showmen. They want to entertain you. I felt fully entertained. I got all my Korn needs. It was great. And listen, if they announce, hey, coming back next summer, it's the Dreadaholics tour. I don't know, whatever they want to call it. I'll be there because I know I'm going to get a great show.
Yeah, this tour wraps up October 27th in St. Paul, Minnesota. So they're winding down. They're definitely in the back half of it.
Now, Matt, we did make one strategic error. And that error, Matt, is that the following day, we did not go back to Pine Knob. Because if we had, we would have been able to see RiffFest.
I know. And boy, how I'm glad we missed that show.
Matt, the bands at RiffFest included Stormstress, Seether, Asking Alexandria, Wage War, Sleep Theory, Flat Black, Fame on Fire, Robin Lynn, Royal Lynn, and Godsmack.
Yeah.
I want to take a quick gander at this Godsmack set list. All right. We've got 3 songs from the self-titled. They are
Voodoo has to be Voodoo.
Voodoo,
Far away.
Whatever. That's
Yep,
correct.
whatever. Okay.
Mhm. And Keep Away.
Okay. Keep Away is a good song.
Yes. So now the interesting thing is that whatever is when was whatever played? Whatever is played. Oh, whatever is played at the very end of the initial set. According to this, with kids on stage, is Sully doing a similar move? Is Draymond saying these kids are the future of rock? Ah, I feel like I really missed out on this one. They also do Crying Like a Bitch. So if you're curious about that, they do Awake. And the encore is Under Your Scars, Bulletproof, and I Stand Alone. You know what? Can't disagree with that. Can't disagree with that. I don't know if I'd want to. I got to say, this is a lot of other bands to sit through. And also, I don't know if I can think about a scenario where I want to sit through a Seether set, even one that apparently is only 8 songs long. Seems like 8 too many. But part of me is like, oh man, kind of bummed to miss out. What time did Godsmack go? Godsmack went on at 9:10. Okay. Listen to this turnaround time. According to this, Seether went from 8:10 to 8:55, and then Godsmack was on at 9:10. That's a 15-minute turn. Good job to that crew. So that was our experience. Boots on the ground, Korn live. A great time had by all. Highly recommended. Our
Yes.
apologies to Spirit Box. Matt, let's talk about it. Let's talk about who's emailing.
Who's emailing?
I want to preface that this email just happened to tie in with something I had planned to talk about on this episode anyway. And then I was going through doing prep and I saw this email and I said, perfect. So this email is from a previous guest of the show, Roach Rider for Life, Gareth Davies. The subject of this email, Jesus Christgau Challenge.
Mm.
Gentlemen, this dropped last week. This email is from July. This dropped last week and you need to give it a listen. Here's how to do it. Set aside a breezy 45 minutes. Get 2 lighters. Light those motherfuckers. Hold those arms out as wide as you can. Tip your head back. Close your eyes. Get somebody to hit play on this. And he's got a YouTube link. Enjoy an album of perfect choruses and only break that Jesus Christ pose when you stop feeling it. For better or worse, this is like the hybrid theory of 2024.
Whoa.
Heavy pop songs written, rewritten, refined, produced, and crafted to radio-friendly perfection. Also, there's a Draymond cameo. Enjoy. And if you want to stand something out for the show, go with the song Stuck and let it run into the second verse. Peak new. Thank you, Gareth. Now, the album and band that he's linked to is One Nothing More and their album, Carnal. By complete coincidence, on my drive back from Michigan this morning, I listened to this album. I was scrolling through my Apple Music, something to listen to, something new. I realized I had not listened to this album, and I knew someone else had told us to check it out besides Gareth Davies. So I said, all right, I'm going to listen to this album. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I appreciate the enthusiasm of this. Perhaps it was because I was in a car, but I did not think this album was good.
Should we take a listen? Is there one that you would recommend?
So I listened to the whole thing. And I think what really hit me though was that anytime there was someone, because there's a number of guests on this album. Eric V from I Prevail is on the song House on Sand. Draymond's on this album. Someone named Sinister is on the song Stuck. And I got to tell you, when those people get behind the mic, I'm loving it, having a great time. But this main dude and Nothing More, he just strikes me. He gives me big, like he's like a gym trainer. He's got big gym trainer energy. He's sort of like, you just got to get up that hill, you know, and it just seems like super earnest in this way that I need. I need like something like a little like goofball, silly, unhinged, like a little like dumb, for lack of a better word. Because
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot about this that I was like, oh, this kind of reminds me of like later Papa Roach, but Jacoby Shaddix is like very clearly like a goofball. He's a nut in a great way. And I don't get it from this guy. I feel like he wants that, but he's a little too put together. And his whole thing is like, no shirt, no shoes situation.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's still not wacky enough. And I just found it to be a real push through because it was weirdly. I found it. There's all these instrumental tracks with this British voice talking about something, and it just
Mm.
felt weirdly pretentious in a way where I was like, "Get this out of here! What is this for? This feels just like incredible filler." And more than anything else, that also it has that problem of a lot of, and he even admits it there, like Hybrid Theory of 2024. But there's a lot of guitars and blast beats and stuff on this album that just sound like somebody hit a button. They don't. They doesn't. It doesn't sound like a band, which
Oh,
is
programmed drums and
yeah. Just I mean, listen, maybe they were all guys there, but it didn't sound. Yeah, it just sounded very canned to me, and did not grab me in that way. Now, I will say, if we do go to Stuck, that was one of the better songs with
all right. Well, I'll
Sinister.
play Stuck. Here
All
we
right.
go. No. I like the chorus, to be honest, but you know what my problem is now that we've been doing this and we've been hearing new, and it kind of exposes us to different things,
Mm-hmm.
or I hear more bands than, because honestly, outside of our show and what we listen to and when we kind of get together, I don't hear a lot of modern new
Mm-hmm.
metal or modern stuff. So not the logo for the stupid. I've heard that 1,000 times now. And
Well,
if I've heard that 1,000 times, that's bad then,
well,
right?
the thing about it is that is now the umpteenth version of we've heard of somebody going, "Can I do the riff from Out of Style? Can I do a variation?" Because we've had a lot of people send us songs. We're like, "It's like the riff from Out of Style." There was that Filter song that was
Oh,
very
yeah.
clearly trying to do the Out of Style riff, and I hear this once again, and it's not quite
And
there.
Gareth, I love you, dude. So please,
Yeah.
I'm not bagging on you. I don't think this is for me, and I appreciate you bringing it to us. But it brings up that interesting point of there isn't a lot of new ideas happening right now, and I need some more new ideas, some NU ideas. You know what I mean? Like I need more than we're getting here because this feels like very tired at this point.
I got to say that pushing through this album, I couldn't believe I couldn't believe all these like bits of like pretentious sound collages with some sort of repurposed British voice talking about, I don't know, conspiracy theories or something. I don't even remember the content of it. I just remember thinking, get this out of here. What are we doing here? Give me riffs, give me drops, give me screams, give me chug, give me growls. And this guy doesn't really do any of that. He tries to do like a growl, but his heart's not in it. He can't pull it off. And so he's just sort of doing this scream. And then a lot of the songs on here, I was like, I've just, for listeners of the Pact, we did an episode all about Switchfoot. And I had never really listened to Switchfoot before. And then really enjoyed that album and have since listened to the entire Switchfoot discography.
Oh
And what
wow,
I
I didn't
found
know that you went that far.
I went and I took my time with it. I paced myself out and found that Switchfoot, pretty solid, alt rock, pop rock band across the board. You can see them sort of moving with the trends and the times, but they adapt pretty well, and you can generally feel the vibes there. And it's always a vibe of they're a bunch of surfer guys, It's ultimately pretty upbeat, pretty positive. And there is a level of this where I feel like this Nothing More guy, he aspires for that kind of jovial surfer guy vibe, but he's in this heavy band, but then they're trying to merge this sort of pop rock sound, but it's so weirdly aggressive that I'm just like, what are we doing here? This is too much. You need to tone it down and just make the Foo Fighters song you want to make. Don't do whatever it is you're doing here. And yeah,
because that's a monster chorus. I mean, like truly,
listen,
hearing it's.
I'm gonna tell you, that's like the 13th one on the album, and by the time you get to that one, you want to take your ears and you want to rip them off your body and throw them out the window. Like you're just like, I don't need another one of these. It's a lot. It's a lot. Now, I did counter this listen. You know, if we're People Magazine in the 1980s, and you get your picks and your pans, that's our pan. But my pick was another album that came out this summer that I just finally got around to. And it is by the band Kitty. And it is called Spire. And this thing is front to back crushers, screams, growls, riffs, band in the room sounding production. I wouldn't say it's very new metal, but it's metal and it's rocking. And I loved it. And I didn't think I'd love it. I was just doing a check it out as I'm driving home, listen. And I was like, this fucking thing. Every song was so good. And 35 minutes.
Oh, yeah, it cooks. 10 songs. 10 songs.
10 songs, no. Oh, that's the other thing. I'm going to put it out there, all right? And this might be, once again, old age talking. Take your intros with your spacey noises and your voiceover, shove them up your ass, okay? Get them out of here. Kitty's 35 minutes. Our songs actually start, complete, and the next song. I don't need burbles. I don't need glurps. I don't need space noises, okay? And I'm going to put it out there right now. There shouldn't be any space noises because there's no sound in space. All right. So anyway, the Kitty album is incredible.
All right,
I love it.
I'll have to check that out.
You have to check it out. So that's my
I heard I saw the video for the single, and at the time I was like, this rips.
Whole thing rips. It's top to bottom great. Screams, growls, chugs, all across the board. Great album. Loved it. All right. Now, Matt.
Yeah, buddy.
We put out the call, and we
sure did.
Send us your lists. We need a new list, and we have a new list. It's from one Matt Hebert, and it's called Stupid Effin' Matt's New Core for Old Heads.
Love that. Love that. Let's see. What is the new drop? It is a first song. Yeah. Well, no,
you want to do a workshop?
Let's workshop a little bit.
Workshop. Okay.
We'll
Matt,
find the best one. We'll find the best one.
All right, Matt. All right, I'm gonna start it up again. All right. So the new list is called Matt Hebert's Stupid Effin' Matt's New Core for Old Heads.
Give me something new. That's take one.
That's take one. All right, Matt, I'm going to give you a little feedback, okay? I'm going to give you feedback, all right? Feedback is notice what the last word of the name of this list is.
Heads.
Got it. All right, here we go. Take that, brainstorm it. Here we go. All right, we got a new list, everybody. It's called Stupid Effin' Matt's New Core for Old Heads.
Too much?
You're in the right direction. You know what, Matt?
Wait a minute.
You know what, Matt? You're going in the right direction. You know what direction? Here, you read it this time. I'm gonna try. You ready? Okay.
All right. I like it. We're workshopping.
We're doing it.
We're workshopping.
We're actually right now. Here we go.
Stupid Effin' Matt's New Core for Old Heads.
Give me that head.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Shaking it up. Shaking it
up. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. Here we go. We got a new list, everybody. It's called Stupid Effin' Matt's New Core for Old Heads.
Ooh, head. What is wrong with us? Give me some of that head. Ooh, give me some of that head.
All right. Well, you know what? We're going to keep working on it because this list, I'll just read the email. Matt said, "Oh, look, guys, another playlist shoved down your throats."
Yeah.
I compiled this playlist on Spotify of current day bangers that are in the vein of what Roach Koach is all about. New metal, new core, newish in general, LOL. 20 Roach recommendations, if you will. Love you guys. Thanks. Keep it rolling, baby.
Keep it rolling, baby.
Matt, keep it rolling as well. Thank you so much for this list. I mean, yeah, quite a list of songs, and we're gonna dig into it. We're gonna dig into it, and Matt's gonna continue to work on the catchphrase for this list. It may change week to week, and that is fine.
That's fine.
You know, it's a living document. To start us off, we have the band Tala and their song Wendrid. Matt, we say it a lot on the show. There's a lot going on there.
There was a substantial amount of a lot going on there.
I don't know if all of it is legal in this state, either the one I'm in or the one you're in. But Tala's doing it by their own rules. That was really something else right there.
I don't know what to make of it. It's a first listen, almost needs to be heard again listen. First and foremost, Lauren kind of sounded like that motherfucker was spitting for a minute.
Matt, it sounded like he was literally spitting out chunks of flesh. All right? He sounded unhinged. And this felt like an interesting retort to what I was just complaining about with the Nothing More album. Because the Nothing More album or the Nothing More song gave me big, this guy, he's trying to go crazy, but he's really more of a, a trainer.
Right. This guy is crazy.
This guy is literally crazy. Like this was recorded from a padded cell. Insane. And almost too insane. It was almost like, oh, is that what you want, Lauren? You want crazy? Well, here's the craziest motherfucker I've ever seen. I got to eat my words. How do I'm always eating my words in the same app, Matt?
Well,
It happens. I'm very interested, though. I would say that I want to hear more, but only in a safe place.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I've heard of Tala before. I'd not heard too much Tala. This song is from, I want to say, their last album from 2022, The Generation of Danger. And definitely felt unhinged and dangerous. But that chorus was very 90s alt-rocky almost. Like it gave me, it was near a chain scene, but it was more of like more alt than chains, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know anything anymore.
Well, we've been through
Not
a lot.
after that, baby.
Not after that. Quite a way to kick off a new list here on the Roach Koach podcast. But thank you, Matt, for sending that. We're going to be working our way through this list, and Matt's going to be working his way through catchphrases as we go through this experience. And that does bring us to the end of another episode of Roach Koach. Thank you so much for listening. Keep on saying hello to us online. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. We're on all of those. Send us an email, roachcoachpodcast@gmail.com. Send us your Roach recommendations. Send us your thoughts, your opinions, your conspiracy theories about the team fries that we were eating. There was enough for everyone, not 10 fries. Of course, head on over to the Patreon, patreon.com/roachcoachpodcast. Become a patron. Check out the Pact, ongoing, and so much more on the Patreon. And until next time.
Roach Koach
Podcast.
on all day, every day. It's the Roach Koach
Podcast.
all day, all day.